Hi, good evening, everyone. Evening. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hi, evening. Hi, good evening, good evening. Evening, evening. Okay, just give me 1 minute, huh? We'll start with the slide. Hi, good evening, everyone. Yeah, hold on, yeah. Hi, good evening, everyone. Join fast so that we can start immediately. Because otherwise, it shouldn't happen that somebody is missing it out. Hi, yeah. Okay, it's 7:01. Okay, we'll start now. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. So how was the day started? Your banking, daily work. Daily work is hectic, I think so, in banking now, isn't it? Good evening. Yeah. Yeah. It's a hectic job now. Means now, the out of schedule of the classes when the PP will start. Yeah, roughly see this. The schedule is given to you, I think so. Roughly 12, 15 lectures would be there. Yeah. And I can give you the exact schedule also tomorrow. I'll give you the exact schedule in that case. Okay. Chalo. Yesterday we were in asset products. We completed the loan products, right? Today we'll be completing the deposit ones, deposit products. So yesterday what did we see in loan products? What were the main products in loans? See this core products I told you. Okay. Core, actual, and augmented. These are the main products, right? Life cycle of the bank products, we did it yesterday. Yeah. PLC, we did it. So now today we'll be dealing with deposit products, and then we'll be doing with loan products. Loan products have taken one schedule in this tomorrow morning's 6:30. Yeah. YT series. There also have covered some loan products. So that also you'll get it over there. Okay. So tomorrow morning also kindly watch those YouTube series also. 6:30 in the morning. It's there. 6:30. Everyone. 6:30 in the morning. You can watch it later also. If you can't watch at 6:30, you can watch it later also. Not an issue. So that YouTube series is there for RBWM. Same retail banking and wealth management. Half almost 20-25 minutes series is there. Half an hour. Okay. You can definitely watch that. There I've covered deposit products for tomorrow. Okay. So, sorry, retail asset products for tomorrow. Yeah, I will cover tomorrow. We cover everything in the classes. See here, it's not that whatever is covered in the YouTube series, we won't be covering it over here. YouTube series is an additional part for you to study. Everything is not covered because YouTube series is hardly for 15, 20, 25 minutes max to max, isn't it? So that's why all the things can't be covered over there. In classes, we cover everything. Okay. So let's move on. Deposit products today. In deposit products category, deposit products can be classified as saving, current, term, recurring, and combination deposits. Now, what do you mean by these? Okay. Some of you are new in the banking. Understand this. The difference between saving and current. This is the main difference. In saving deposits, we pay the interest. Current deposits, we don't pay the interest at all. Right? No interest is paid on current. Okay. Saving deposits, we pay the interest. Everyone clear? Now the interest to be paid is on monthly or quarterly basis. How does your bank pay? Everyone. How does your bank pay in savings interest? Do you pay it monthly or do you pay it quarterly? Right? It's collected on the monthly basis, correct, but paid on the quarterly basis, correct. It's paid quarterly. It can be monthly also. Some banks give monthly interest also. Okay, private banks do give. Some private banks. Okay. They had advertised also per month they are giving. Okay. So savings, yeah, generally all nationalized banks give in quarterly basis only. So savings, current no interest, term deposit. Now, one basic problem which everyone has is newcomers basically in banking. Term deposits, always remember the rates of term deposits are never fixed by RBI. Earlier they used to be fixed, but now the rates of term deposits are never fixed by RBI. RBI is left to the banking system, to the individual bank. Whatever you want, you decide on the term loans as per your asset liability management. Now, always remember one simple part. For term deposit, always to give the rate of interest, your equivalent amount of loans of higher rate of interest should be there. Getting the logic. Otherwise, what happens? Suppose if I'm giving the FD of, let's say now it's 7%, right? If I'm giving the FD of 7%, and in the loans, I'm earning less than 7% or equivalent to 7%, then what's the use? Isn't it? I must get at least 2% extra. Means that is NIM we call it, net interest margin. I must get at least 2% extra, isn't it? So if I'm giving FD at 7 for let's say 1 year, I'm giving an example. If I'm giving an FD at 7% for 1 year, I must have an equivalent loan for the same period, means 1 year only, which will be at least 9%. If I'm giving an FD of let's say for 3 months at let's say 5%, so I must have an equivalent loan for those 3 months, which will be at least 2% extra. So 5 plus 2, 7. So that what happens? This NIM, net interest margin, that's called as net interest margin. Okay, I'll just write it over here for everyone. Okay, one sec. Yeah. See this. This is called as NIM, net interest margin. NIM. Okay, equals to net interest margin. Okay. Now this NIM is very important. Why? Because in this NIM, what all is covered? Your salaries. Salaries are covered in this NIM. Okay. Your current expenses means electricity bill, all these. Suppose if your branch is on rent, then the rent of that. Okay. So everything is covered in this NIM. So that's why this NIM is very important for every banking system. Similarly for savings also. Savings rate is very less, roughly 3.5. Okay. So savings rate is less, current deposits, no rate. So current is the best deposit for any bank. Okay. But what happens is many of the older persons or those who don't want the risk, they come for the term deposits. Generally, what happens I've seen in private banks, they don't let the customers take means heavily term deposits. They convert them into insurance or mutual funds, fee-based incomes. Okay. But last week, I think so, yeah, last week, RBI has come up with a, not RBI, Finance Ministry. Finance Ministry has clearly told the banking system that you focus on your core products, not on the insurance products, means fee-based products. Okay. Last week only, that minister had told all the banks that don't focus more on your fee-based income. Focus on your core banking products. And core banking products mean these saving, current, term, right? Because otherwise, what happens nowadays? You all might be experiencing this, right? Everyone in this bank, you are in the banking system. Every day you might be having all the days. Which day you are having? You guys are having all these days? Login day, UPI day, right? System is haphazard. Okay. Means login day, UPI day, which day? Any day. Means CASA day, what that KCC day, Kisan Credit Card day. All these days are there. Okay. If it's of the core banking product, then it's okay. It's easy to handle. But if it's not of the core banking product, for example, of insurance, okay, many of the bankers are not that much conversant with selling of the insurance, right? Because if I ask you tomorrow, many of you all might be having all that insurance day, isn't it? You have that login day for insurance every day, every week, every 15 days. You might be having these days, isn't it? Are you having it? Yeah. All you guys, do you have this? Everyone? LIC has given home loan. Banks go behind insurance. Yeah. So forth. Yeah. Every day in SBI. My God. Okay. Okay. Now this is a normal term which is happening. But remember, the things are going to change somewhat because what has happened? Finance minister had last week scolded all the banks that please don't focus on this TPP, third party products we call them. Focus on your core banking products, loans, savings, current, FD. Okay. Even last week, there was a discussion between RBI and banks. RBI also has come up on this point. RBI has told all the banks that see what you guys are doing. Your deposits are not increasing. Okay. Deposits are not increasing because what has happened? Anyone comes for FD, bank converts that person for insurance or mutual fund. Okay. So that's why RBI has come up with the banking system that see, don't try to convert that customer from term deposit because your deposits are going down. All the banking system, huh? Not only your nationalized banks, totally private bank and nationalized banks both. So that's why these two things have happened in last 1 month. One is finance ministry talking to this banking system for this what core products, and second is RBI. Okay. So now that you got this point, say this. Term deposit means one time. Now recurring deposit means what? Recurring deposit means many of you might have handled this recurring deposits. Okay. This is same as FD. Means it's an FD in parts. Right? FD in parts means what? Suppose if I am having 1 lakh rupees and I put it in FD. Okay. So that becomes a term deposit. But if I say to the bank that see, I don't want to put it right now, full 1 lakh rupees. So what will I do? I'll do a monthly payment. So what will I do? 1 lakh, I'll divide it into 12 months. Okay. So 12 months means roughly how much will it come to? 12 8 is 96. So roughly 8,000, 8.5 thousand, right? So I'll tell bank that see, every month debit 8,500 from my savings account and make a FD of that. So every month when it gets converted, that is called as recurring deposit. You get one account number only. Okay. And that one account number is carried forward throughout 12 months. And after 12 months, when the customer comes for withdrawal, after 1 month, here, immediately on the last date of the payment, suppose if my last installment is gone, immediately I don't get the payment. I have to wait for 1 month. And after that, I'll be getting this recurring deposit amount. Okay. And last is this combination deposit. Now, what is this combination deposits? Combination deposits, new term has come. Remember, it wasn't there in the core banking earlier. Means banking didn't have this combination deposits. Now I'll tell you what is this combination. Combination comes out with, basically I had explained to you one term, sweep in, sweep out, right? Sweep in, sweep in, right? I'd explained you this term in my earlier lecture, right? First lecture, I think so. And sweep out, right? Sweep out. So these are called as combination deposits. Combination means what? Suppose if I'm having some funds in savings, SB, okay, and I want some extra funds, means I'm having, let's say, 10 lakh rupees. I don't want to keep it, means SBS savings will give me what, 3.5. But what does the bank do? It takes an agreement from me first only while opening the savings only, that if my balance goes beyond 2 lakhs, beyond 2 lakhs, okay, greater than 2 lakhs, okay, if my balance goes beyond 2 lakhs, then this bank will automatically convert this 10 lakhs remaining, out of this 2 lakhs gone, remaining 8 lakhs, it will convert into FD. So now this becomes a combination of this savings and FD. Similarly, they also have this sweep out facility. Sweep out means what? If I'm having 10 lakhs in my FD and there is a check of, let's say, withdrawal for of, let's say, 2 lakh in my savings, okay, SB check is there. but my saving doesn't have balance. So what will my bank do? They will sweep out from this amount and convert it to savings. So what do? They break this FD completely, and then they convert the full 10 lakhs plus the interest to the savings account so that the check is passed. Now, if I want to make this FD again, then the bank will tell me that you again come to the branch or through any online model. So you can either convert through online model or come to the branch and make a new FD. But this FD gets broken. Okay. This FD is not that suppose 50,000 is only remaining. So 9,50,000 FD will remain and 50,000 will go over here. It's not never like that. Full 10 lakh FD is broken. That's called a sweep out. Okay. Because what happens is, yeah, because as per the banking contract with the customer, once the FD is broken, the new FD needs to be done with the consent of that customer. Okay. So that's the called as a combination deposit. Okay. Credit products. Credit products offered by the bank can be classified into two categories: traditional credit products and market oriented new credit products. So traditional means what? Traditional means the old ways of doing the business. Means what? Coming back again, it includes cash credit accounts for business people to fix credit limits and allow them operate freely within the limit subject to certain stipulations. Okay. Now, what is this cash credit? Okay. Now, let me first come to you on this concept only, cash credit, because this is very important concept. And frankly, when I was in banking, means when I started my banking, for first almost 6 months in my banking, I never understood what this product is actually. Means how does the customer withdraw the money? Then also it remains in his account. How does he do it? Means that OD concept is very difficult to be understood. What is this DP, drawing power? All these concepts are new. Okay. Many of you might not have handled this CC. Many of you might be in the new, this deposits product side only, right? Means liability side. So that's why what happens, many of us don't know what is this CC product. See here, remember I had given you earlier also, I think so. There are only two types of loans in banking. Which are the two types? Give me in comment section. I had clarified this point once or two lectures earlier, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Which are the two main loan type products? They are only two. That is term loan and second is term loan and second is OD. Yeah. OD. CC is a type of OD. Term loan and OD. Correct? These are all funded limits we are talking of. Funded. See here, again there are two types of limits. Okay. We'll come to that today or tomorrow, I think so. See here, I'll just draw the diagram over here. See here, loans are generally of loans. They are of two types. One is funded, and second is non-funded. Non-funded. Non-funded means what? I'll explain you later. Okay. Funded is of two types: term loan and second is OD. Now, OD can be many types. Okay. CC or bill purchase we call it, bill purchase. Okay. Then it can be of pre-shipment, means forex. I'll just write forex finance. Okay. Forex finance. Forex finance means it includes pre-shipment finance, post-shipment finance, import-export, you can call it, import-export finance. And term loans can be of various types: housing loan, car loan, anything, any loan. Okay. So generally in any bank, these are the two types of funding loans. Okay. Funded and non-funded. Funded has again two types: term loan and OD. OD has many types. Means it can be anything. I can include gold loan also over here. OD, right? I can include warehouse financing also over here. Okay. So same thing. Term loan can also be of various types. I take the asset and give the finance to that customer. Now, what is this CC actually? See this CC part. This CC part means it is given to the business persons. Business persons means what's here? If you imagine, if you open the shop tomorrow or you open the company, okay, what will you require? You'll require two types of fundings. One, to open that company means you'll be requiring machinery. For that machinery, you'll be requiring term loan. Okay, that is the initial part of the finance. But second type of the finance is you'll be requiring the finance for regular material purchase also. What do we do in business? We purchase the material. How does the business work? Okay, let me show you this part also. Hold on. Let me bring one slide over here. Okay, one sec. Let me bring one blank slide over here. Yeah. Here, for understanding CC, you need to understand business first. In any business, what do we do in business? One is raw material, then process, process, and then sale, right? Sale. This is the way any business works, right? Manufacturing business, right? If it's a service industry, then service industry, there is no raw material, right? Means IT industry, there is no raw material. But in manufacturing, see, India is mainly concerned about manufacturing, make in India. So raw material, process, and then finance. So for purchasing this raw material, I require working capital. Okay? Working capital. Then for purchasing this raw material, I require this. For processing also, I require this working capital. Why? Because processing is done by employees. Employees means employees require salaries, right? Salaries. So employees, all that electricity, right? These all bills, right? Electricity, other expenses, various expenses are there, isn't it? You go on, it's there. So all these expenses are covered under working capital because I purchase the raw material, I process it, then sell it, and then I receive the money. So up to that time, my money is getting locked. This is known as the working capital cycle. Understand this. This is known as working capital cycle. Okay. And what do we do in the bank? We finance this working capital cycle using CC. Okay. And once I get the material, the money from the buyer, there is a buyer. So once I get the money from the buyer, I'll put it as a customer, I'll put it in the CC account. So if I've taken, let's say, 1 lakh rupees from the CC account, then the buyer will give me around 1,50,000 because he'll definitely give me a higher amount. That's why I'm doing the business because I'm having some profit. So that will put over here. I'll put it in the CC account. So the CC account again gets refurnished. Okay, refurbished we can call it. So again for the next cycle, again I have to purchase the raw material. I'll again take it from the CC. So that way the OD accounts work always. Okay, OD accounts are always called as cyclical accounts. Cyclical. This is very important concept for you. Okay, this you must always understand. And in this CC there is something called as DP, drawing power. DP, drawing power. Drawing power. Okay, what is DP? Now remember, I won't go into details now of this because this is not a part of your this at least retail banking study right now. You will be having it in later in various finance means accounting. You will be having it again. Okay. So drawing power means what? Whether I'm having that much stock, that much debtors. Okay. So that my CC limit is covered in that monthly CC limit. Okay. So that's the way CC works. It's a cyclical product. Okay, raw material, process, sale, buyer. Then the buyer gives the money. Then it goes again to the raw material. This way this product works. Okay. Next. So cash credit. To fix the accounts for business, traditional credit products are cash credit accounts for business people to fix credit limits and allow them to operate freely within the subject certain stipulations. Means whatever limit has been given to that CC guy, he'll operate within that only. If the CC is sanctioned for 1 lakh, 10 lakh rupees, so he can withdraw only 10 lakhs or DP, whichever is less. Okay. Overdraft scheme is also allowed to credit for a short period to be adjusted in a very short time. Now, what is this overdraft scheme? See here, what are we dealing in? We are dealing with the daily banking which you deal in, which you work in your bank. Overdraft scheme means what? Say this. Suppose if this is a CC, I have sanctioned, let's say 10 lakh rupees to this person, 10 lakhs to this customer. Now what happens? He is doing the same business, raw material, purchasing, processing, selling, buyer giving the money. Again, it gets into this account and again the cycle continues. Now what happens? One day this customer gets a new order of, let's say, new 5 lakhs from, let's say, railways. Okay, he had not got this order earlier. Okay, he has got urgent order which railways want, and this person can get huge profit in that. So what will he do? He'll come to me as a bank because I am a CC account holder. If I am I am the bank, he'll come to me, and then he'll tell me that, see sir, this 10 lakh rupees is the regular limit, but I require this 5 lakh limits rupees for urgently for 2 months, only 2 months. So what do? I tell him, okay, I'll sanction him an OD limit overdraft of 10 lakhs for 2 months. So he'll sell the good, prepare the goods, sell it to the railways and get his profit and give me my money, CC my interest amount. Okay. So this is known as a OD scheme, overdraft scheme. This is generally given for customers who require get some urgent orders. Generally, this happens in Diwali time in India. Okay, because it's a huge business in Diwali. So all the customers, all your banking customers require extra limits during that time. Okay, so for a short period, it's always given. There is also something called as CCTL, but I'll cover this later someday. CCTL means, remember this, this OD limit of 5 lakhs is generally sanctioned for 2 months only, but some banks sanction it for a short period of, let's say, 6 months. So what does the bank say? This bank says, see this, I'm sanctioning this 5 lakhs rupees, 5 lakh to you right now. I know you will get the money from railways in 2 months, but what you do, I'll convert this 5 lakhs into term loan. Okay, this is the CC part, but I'll convert this to term loan and you repay me in 6 months through EMIs. Okay, so this is called as CCTL or WCTL, working capital term loan. Banks have many names to this: CCTL, WCTL, or ODTL. They call it any name, but logic remains the same. Some extra amount is required by that customer. We finance that, but depending on CR, you can't do this finance to each and every customer who comes to you. You can't do that. That customer should have a good relationship with you. He should have a good track record with you. Then only you can sanction these extra limits. Otherwise, what happens? This customer will take your 10 lakhs also. He'll take your 5 lakhs also. And then he becomes absconding. I have seen in my banking career one loan. My first bank means it. I was in first bank. We had sanctioned one loan. The first installment means loan sanctioned CC of what something. It was a lesser amount, some 2.5 lakhs or 3 lakhs. Okay, CC sanctioned. Customer gave a check for that CC. Immediately withdrawal through some of his parties. He gave the check. Some 2.5 lakhs was the loan amount at that time. Okay, and that amount he withdrew something 2 lakh 40,000 through clearing. Immediately the loan went into NPA. The customer never turned back. He never showed his face. Everything went off. First loan in my banking career, completely gone. So these things happen. Even you take extra precautions, then also there will be certain NPAs because after all, it's a part of the business, isn't it? Only the point is how much loan can be curtailed, how much NPS can be curtailed, how much NPS can be reduced. That's what the bank has to look at. Because if you are doing the business, if you give 100 rupees to somebody, means some 100 customers, it's definite that at least one or two customers will default. Okay, moving on. Chalo. Likewise, demand loans, term loans, and bill finance are credit schemes to meet specific credit requirements of the borrowers in their business for purchase of machinery, equipment, and other requirements against the receivables. Now, what do you mean by this? Okay, demand loans. What do you mean by this? Demand loans. Okay, demand loans means basically OD type. CC is a demand loan. CC is a demand loan. Okay. Housing loan is a term loan. Now, what do you mean by demand loan? See here, actual meaning of this demand loan is if I have given CC to any customer, I can say, see here, if I am the bank, I can tell that customer that, see, this is a demand loan. So tomorrow morning or within 7 days, you deposit full amount of your CC into my account and close your account. I can tell that customer. Okay, that's called as demand loan. Means on demand we call it. CC is always on demand. Okay, any OD generally is on demand. So banks can anytime tell that customer that see withdraw this deposit this amount whatever you have taken and we want to close your account because we are not satisfied with your way of working. Okay. So now coming back to this point, tomorrow morning when you go to the branch, don't tell any of their customers that kindly deposit CC, kindly deposit all your this. I don't like you. I don't like your working. Okay. I am giving you theoretically what can happen. What is the case? Okay. But it doesn't mean. Have you ever seen any customer? Tomorrow try telling any customer that okay, deposit full amount tomorrow itself, next week itself, right? Don't do that. Never ever do that. Okay. Uh, Otherwise, your manager will kick you. Okay, if you do such things, never do such things. See here, this is for what? This is for legal purpose. Yeah, yeah. CC customer. Yeah. Never do such things, huh? CC customer needs this. No, no, never do such things. Never give anything to your CC customers, huh? See here, remember one basic logic. Okay, good customers are generally 95 to 96% in the bank. Okay, bank runs because of these good customers only. Okay, there are bad customers, there are bad apples everywhere, isn't it? So it's not that we should always scold those customers, and we don't. What happens is many of the bankers think that the customers are there just to take the money from them, but it's not that. Because of these guys who are paying the interest, that's why bankers are getting the salary. Understand this logic. That's why depositors are getting the interest rates. Otherwise, if loan payers don't pay you interest, how will you give the this interest to your depositors? How will a bank work? Where will be the NIM, net interest margin, right? So we have to be cordial. Cordial means empathetic. Yesterday I gave you one word, empathy, right? We have to be empathetic with all the customers also. See here, after all, it's like this: you support them, they support you. Only then the business works. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's enough of gyan of banking. Okay, let's move on to fix to the topic. Okay, so CC demand loans. Okay, term loans you got it. Bill finance. Now what is this bill finance? Bill finance means here bill finance is of three types. Okay, number one we call it bill purchase. Bill purchase. Okay, you might be having these terms in your bank. Okay, bill purchase. Then there is something called as invoice purchase. Some banks call it invoice. Okay, invoice purchase. Invoice. Okay, invoice purchase, or some banks call it invoice financing also. Okay, so these are the two types of bill financing generally done in the bank. Okay, anyone has handled this bill finance or invoice finance? Anyone has handled this up till now? Because I have handled this plenty of times in my career. Bill finance and this, there is also a higher level of this that's called as, you'll hear this term, bill purchase, bill finance. There is a higher level term for this that's called as factoring. Factoring. Okay, that these terms are used as jargons in banking. Factoring. Everyone, that guy is handling factoring. If you say in the banking, then everyone feels that my God, factoring. This is something else. It's nothing else. Factoring is simply bill purchase and bill finance. Now, what do we do in this invoice financing and bill financing? It's very simple. Say this. If let's say these are the additional terms, additional finances given by the banks. Here, explain you simply. Let's say I'm customer X. Okay, I'll be having two types of finances from the bank. One is term loan for machinery. Second, I'll be having CC, right? For my working capital, raw material working capital. I'll call this WC. Okay, working capital. Now, what happens? This term loan limit is, let's say, 1 crore, and working capital limit is, let's say, 40 lakhs. It's given to me by this bank. Now what happens, this ex customer is expanding the business, but he doesn't have the assets right now. He is expanding the business. So what does the bank do? Ahead of these two loans, bank gives him a third loan, third category of loan, that's called as bill finance. It finances this customer. Means after all, what is this bill finance? Bill finance is a part of CC only. You are financing the invoice of that customer. You are financing the invoice of that customer. Okay, so it's a part of CC only. In CC also, what do we do? We finance the debtors raw material of that customer. So debtors means what? Against invoice only. Who is a debtor in any bank? Understand this term. There are two terms in any bank. One is a debtor and second is a creditor. Debtor means the one who is giving you money. Creditor means the one who is taking money from you. Okay. Loan customers are always the creditors. Okay. Means bank is always the creditor to that customer. Okay. Deposit customers are debtors to the bank. Okay. Understand this concept. Debtor means the one who will give you money. Creditor means the one who has taken, means to whom you have given the money. Bank is always the creditor in that case. Okay. Now, bill finance means this is an additional term of finance given by the bank to this customer. There can be various ways. One is bill finance. Bank can give you export finance also. If this ex customer is doing some exports, bank can give them export finance also. Okay. So, bill finance are the credit schemes to meet specific credit requirement of the borrowers in their business for purchase of machinery, equipment, and other requirements. Okay. So, now I'll ask you one question. As many of you are newcomers in the banking system, hardly 2 years, 3 years, you might, many of you have done in the banking, right? I'll ask you one question now. If I have to purchase a machinery, okay, if I have to purchase a machinery, which type of loan will you give me? OD or term loan? If I have to purchase a machinery, which type of loan will you give me? OD or term loan? Everyone? OD or machinery I have to purchase. Machinery. It will be term loan. Everyone remember, yes, almost everyone has answered term loan. Okay. But some of you have answered OD also. Remember, OD is never given for purchase of an asset. Machinery is an asset, fixed asset, right? Fixed asset. Machinery, OD is never given for purchase of fixed asset. Okay. Equipments also. Equipment means what? I'll be having certain machinery only. What is equipment? Equipment is a machinery. Okay, and other requirements. Now I'll ask you another question. Suppose if I have to purchase raw material for my business, raw material. Which type of loan will you give me? Term loan or OD? I have to purchase raw material for my business. Correct. You will give me OD. That will be named as CC. After all, see this. CC is what? CC is OD, isn't it? You will give me OD loan. Banks will call it CC, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Now, one more question. Suppose if I want gold loan, which type of loan do you give me in gold loan? Gold loan. Which type of loan do you give me? Correct. It is OD. OD, OD, OD. Demand loan. Correct. Demand loan or OD. Yeah. See here, I'll give you one more point in this gold loan. Okay. Banks can give term loan also, although we are not giving. We are not giving term loan, but banks can give term loan for as a gold loan also. They can give. Okay, because after all, nobody can stop them. Some banks they can. I think some of the banks might be giving them term loan also in against gold. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now we got the concept of term loan and OD. That was important because what is OD? OD is on demand. Okay, overdraft on demand. OD doesn't mean on demand. Okay, OD means overdraft, but overdraft loan is always on demand. Got it, everyone? Move on. Other services. Now, what are the other services given by the banks? Okay, remittance service, issue of drafts, bank orders, banker's checks, NEFT, RTGS, now UPI, right? These are the other services given by the banks. Also, there are other things. Other fee-based services include collection of checks, safe deposit lockers, Standing instructions for carrying out the instruction of the customer on periodic basis means SIB say it now, isn't it? Standing instruction. Okay. Now let me come to it one by one. Remittance services. Remittances means what? Many of us don't handle remittances in India. Okay, because we are in retail banking. Remittance generally consists of forex. Forex means what? Forex means suppose if my brother is studying in USA or working in USA, okay, and he wants to give a regular monthly payment to my father, okay, old father. So generally, all the NRIs send the remittances from their countries to India for upkeep of their parents. So these are remittances services. Banks earn a lot in this. Why? Because they send in dollars, here we convert in rupees. So this dollar to rupee rate, this is a big business. Okay. And banks earn hugely in this. Okay. Few years back, even now also you might be seeing in your branches that you don't have many forex customers, right? We don't have many forex customers. But what happens is we should focus on these forex customers, mainly NRIs, because these are the major income earners to the bank. Okay. Many of the nationalized banks are losing business on this. I don't say all, many, because many of the banks have geared up also now, nationalized banks. Okay. But we must focus on this forex business in each and every branch, at least in the city areas. Rural areas, you can definitely can't expect all these things. Okay. Issue of the drafts. Okay, second part. Issue of the draft. Draft is gone now. Issue of the draft, it's hardly required somewhere in government agencies. Means if I have to apply to the government, only there it's required. Otherwise, issue of the drafts is gone. Many of you might not have even seen demand drafts if you have started working since last 2 years in banking. Okay, because nobody goes for demand drafts now. Only if I require to apply to certain government agency, then only I require these drafts. Okay, they are also not taking it now. Bank order, banker check. These are same as demand drafts. Here, understand these words are only for your exam purpose. Draft, demand draft, bank order, banker check. All these words mean one and the same. One and the same. Okay. What happens is, generally, mean this was the term earlier used before 2000, almost 10. Okay. These are in the books. You'll see even now in the books. Okay, we printing 6 to 7 on a daily basis. Okay, DDs you are still printing. There might be certain some college want to give to college, want to give to somewhere, some government agencies. There we printed. But regulars here earlier, if you have many of you are not were not there in the banking at that time. Earlier, the DD printing was around per day. Per day, when I was in banking, I used to print around 90 to 100 DDs per day. Per day. Because the business users, all the customers, used to work on DD at that time. Now DDs are gone. NEFT, RTGS, UPI, everything, isn't it? Yeah, only government agency, tender, some colleges, even now colleges have dropped this DD concept, isn't it? They directly wanted UPI or this online only. Yeah. So understand this concept from the exam point of view. Draft, bank order, banker check means one and the same. Okay, just tell me one simple logic behind this DD. What is the difference between this DD and check? Because some of you are new in this banking system, right? What is the difference between DD and check? What is the difference? Okay, I'll ask you one simple. Let's make the question simpler. Can a DD get bounced? Yeah. Can a DD get bounced? Means, uh, if I am a customer, I come to your branch, I take a DD from you, I give it to somebody. Can this DD get bounced? Never. Why? It can never get bounced. Because why? The bank has debited already my account and then credited into that DD account, right? So that's why it's debited first. Okay. Checks can get bounced because you have given a checkbook to me. I can give it to anyone. Yeah. But check bounce हो जाता है. Correct. DD will never get bounced unless, yeah, I have seen one or two instances earlier in my banking career where DD was bounced. Why? The reason being, the bank which debited my account, savings account, they have to credit it to the DD account. But by mistake, the employee over there debited my account and didn't credit it to the this DD account. So that's why it got bounced. And I've seen this DD getting bounced. But now no DD, no bouncing. 99.99% DD never gets bounced. Only due to some technical error. It might be some problem. Okay. But forget this. Now I don't think so. Any of you will see demand drafts, bankers orders, or banker checks in your life. Any of you will not see anything, and nothing. Even I think nothing will be asked in exam also now regarding drafts and banker checks and all these things. Okay. What you will be asked now is NEFT, RTGS, and UPI. Even NEFT and RTGS are for the period of maximum 2-3 years. After 2-3 years, even NEFT and RTGS will go. Everything new will come. Okay. So what is this NEFT? NEFT is generally is done in batches. Okay. It's again the same logic here. Both work on the same logic. What are the 5 elements we require for this NEFT RTGS? One is this customer's name, customer's account number, customer's bank, that bank's IFSC code, and the branch name. Right? These are the 5 things we require always for both NEFT and RTGS. Only these things, isn't it? CC provision needed in NDTL, D part of NDTL. What CC provision is needed in NDTL? No, no. NDTL is totally different. See here, who is this Deep? CRR provision. Okay, CRR provision needed in NDTL. CRR. Okay, don't go into that. Right now we are in basics. Okay. Yeah. NDTL is altogether different concept. I'll explain you when the topic comes. Okay. NDTL. CRR, SLR, NDTL, all these things will be covered later. Okay. Yeah. 3 months old. Yeah. This is about the check. Okay. Checks are checks in India are allowed for 3 months. Okay, and DD also 3 months only. Any negotiable instrument is allowed for 3 months. Yeah. So now these 5 elements which I told you, that customer's bank account, bank name, customer name, customer account number, then what bank name, branch name, and IFSC code. These 5 elements are required for NEFT and RTGS. But UPI doesn't require anything. It just requires your mobile number or the scanning that scan what that QR code, right? That's it. Nothing else is required in that because all these are linked to your bank account and your MMID, right? All these are linked to your mobiles. Other fee-based income include collection of checks. Now this is gone. Collection of checks is an old business. It's just for the books. Okay. This is gone. Safe deposit locker. Yes, it's there. Safe deposit locker is a must. Okay. And that is a requirement for many of the customers now. Okay. Safe deposit locker. Because what happens if I have to go somewhere? It's better to have a locker, isn't it? It's better to have a locker. So that the means my articles can be kept safe over there. Here we are having a separate relationship in PPP topic. Okay, principles and practices of banking. There we are having the relationship of safe deposit lockers with the customers. There are 6 type of this relationship with the customers. Not even 6, almost 9 types of relationship with the customers. These all you will be studying in PPB. Standing instruction means what? Yeah. Voice problem? Laser lacy. Yeah. There are two. In locker, we have 3 types of relationship. Not only laser lacy. Laser lacy is there. One is there. Second is in locker, it's a bailer valley also because it's a trust relationship. Okay. And third, there is a relationship of laser lacy lock. This bailer valley. This bailment is a main part over there in this. Okay. And third one is this of the this rent which we take. Yeah, that is a separate relationship. So there are 3 relationships in locker business. Okay. Yeah. So SI, standing instruction. Standing instructions are nowadays common everywhere. For every SIP, every RD, every government agency, if I have to pay something, on a SI basis, I'll give the standing instruction, and those are easily done with. Earlier, before standing instruction, there were many problems. Means before the advent of core banking, there were many other ways of doing it, but now everything is gone. ECS was there earlier. Yeah, Sukanya accounts. We have SIs for Sukanya accounts. Correct. Even in FDs also we have it. Suppose if somebody gives me a standing instruction to give the interest on a monthly basis. So what is that? It's a SI. So it will be credited on a monthly basis into his account, right? If somebody gives me a SI for RD, recurring deposit, debit it to my recurring savings account and create an RD from that. So that can also be done, isn't it? So SI means what? SI can be for anything. I can give the payment to my college also on a monthly basis. So that can be an SI. Merchant banking services. Merchant banking means what? See here, understand this merchant banking business. This won't come to you in retail banking. Merchant banking means what? In the area of capital market issue management, in the capacity of lead manager, co-manager to the issues. Okay. Now I'll explain you this concept. What is this merchant banking? And then we'll stop today. Okay. So merchant banking means what? Understand this point. You might be seeing this IPOs. This Reliance has comes with IPO. SBI comes with IPO. Then somebody else comes with the IPOs. What are these IPOs? Mean they issue the shares, isn't it, to the new customers. Suppose if Reliance comes with IPO, what will he do? He will issue new shares, and those shares will be purchased by somebody, isn't it? By the common people like you and me. So what does the merchant banker do? Merchant banker first does the full study of this whole business. Means how many shares you are going to issue, what is the market's capacity to absorb those shares, what is the brand image of Reliance, how many people will subscribe to these shares. Okay, and there's a risk factor involved. That's called as underwriting. Very important word in merchant banking. Okay, underwriting. What is underwriting? Underwriting means I have to give an assurity to Reliance. Suppose imagine I am the merchant banker to Reliance. Okay, so I'll have to give an underwriting to Reliance stating that, see, you are issuing 100 shares. Okay, but if these 100 shares don't get subscribed, people don't buy all those 100 shares. Only people buy 90 shares. 10 shares are remaining. Then I have to give it in writing to Reliance that this gap of 10 shares will be purchased by me or my company, anyone of my known person, but I have to give it in writing. So that's called as underwriting, and that's why merchant banking is a big business for the banks, huge money. Okay, and that's the way it is done. Okay, chalo, we'll stop over here. Tomorrow we'll continue with portfolio management. Okay. Before going here, I would suggest everyone tell your friends also. Okay, we are in at Adda 24/7. We are going. We have come up with this all the what means new Santa scheme is going on right now. Okay, see this. I'll just show you. This Christmas new offer is going on for those who are watching on YouTube. If this somebody is watching, kindly note this YT series is Santa series is going on. Use this code Y432 because you'll be getting huge 80% discounts plus double validity on all the Mahapacks. Okay, go for it. Those who are watching on YouTube. Okay, those who are there in the class. Okay. Uh, so what I'll do is I'll just show you something for you guys also. Means how to uh, go for this schemes actually for the newcomers. Huh? Those who are in the those who are newcomers. So I'll show you how to go for this classes also. Okay. Let's go to live on Adda 24/7. Okay. Hold on. Those who are the newcomers or those who are watching this on YouTube, kindly note in this. Say this, go to Adda 24/7 over here. On this, click on JIB and CIB. Say this you will be seeing the JIB Mahapak, CIB Mahapak. Also, click on JIB 2023. Okay. Now you'll be seeing all the classes over here. Go to the English batch, use the code Y432. Okay. You'll be seeing the details over here. Go through the details, everything. Okay. All the 4 papers covered, everything you will go through it. Take your time. And also, important part is the fees part. If you are having this fees 19999, click on view offers, put the code Y432, okay, click on apply. Now you see the fees has reduced to 399. That's why I would suggest everyone should go for this. Those who are new in the banking system, kindly go for it. Chalo. Bye from my side. Okay. Everyone, take care. Tomorrow I'll be back with another lecture. Okay. Chalo, bye. Bye.